What's up guys, Enkiri here, and I've got a pretty cool video for you guys today. I was deloading my squats this week and I needed something to do to keep myself from going crazy, so I decided to try a little challenge for myself doing loaded carries. I based the challenge off the idea of the Inman mile. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Inman mile is, basically you take a barbell loaded to 1.5 times your body weight and you walk for a mile without ever putting the weight down. That's it. You can rest as much as you like, but you can never be relieved of the weight for the duration of the challenge. To my knowledge, no one has ever completed a true Inman mile. I think it'd be pretty damn cool to try, and I honestly believe I possess the correct balance of strength, conditioning, and willpower to make a real run at it. But I think the main problem with the challenge is that it requires you to use a standard barbell. And the problem with that is you're going to be holding the weight for at least 20 minutes, if not more, to travel a full mile, right? Well, even if you possess the back and core strength and endurance to support the weight for that long without ever putting it down, the problem is the arms and the shoulders. I'm sitting at 160 pounds right now, so the challenge would require me to use 240 pounds, and I tried the other day just to see how far I could walk holding that weight without putting it down, and I think I went 400 yards without really any trouble for my lungs or my legs or my core, but my hands were fucking numb, and my shoulders were excruciating, and I just couldn't hold the bar any longer because of it. So that's kind of a big issue with the true Inman Mile Challenge in my opinion. It's meant to be a test of will and conditioning and strength, but instead in practice the limiting factor becomes something stupid like the hands going numb. It's just not really in the spirit of the challenge. To have a real chance at completing it, I think you'd have to be allowed to use a safety squat bar or something similar, but I believe the rules exclude that specifically. Anyway, so I wanted to try something similar that would actually test my willpower and my mettle along with my strength and conditioning. So I decided to modify the challenge a little bit and walk the mile in 50-yard increments, which requires 35 trips to complete the full mile. Since I was doing it in my driveway, I had to go 25 yards at a time and then turn around and walk it back, which actually ended up being the most difficult part of the challenge for me because every time you're about to turn back around, you have to halt all of your momentum along with the weight of the barbell, which uses a lot of energy, plus then turning the bar around that many times starts to become very taxing as well because whenever you turn, the weight just tries to keep on turning, so you have to stop it from doing that. Also, I think the idea of doing 35 sets made it pretty taxing psychologically as well. After the first 5 sets, for example, it was pretty fucking daunting looking down the barrel at 30 more sets while keeping up the same pace. And then after a few more sets, I realized my footwear was too snug and my feet were starting to kill me. So I had to change my shoes partway through the challenge, and I wasn't sure if my feet were gonna hold up or not. Luckily though, at about the midway point, I kind of just hit my stride. My body finally committed to the challenge and everything just kind of went numb. And actually the second half of the challenge felt way easier for me than the first half. And I ended up completing the whole thing in just under 35 minutes, which isn't too shabby for my first try ever. Basically 1 set per minute for 35 total minutes, where each set lasted roughly 25 to 30 seconds, so between 14 and 15 minutes of total work actually holding the weight and traveling the mile. I didn't really have a plan going into it this time around, but I think I could go a bit faster on a second try. And I'm really curious to see if anyone else decides to try this and is able to beat my time. It would make for a pretty epic challenge, I think. Anyway, as you can see, I sped up most of the rest periods as well as most of the sets. I left the first 3 sets and the last 3 sets in real time, but all the ones in between are sped up to 3 times speed, and the rest periods are all sped up to 8 times speed, just to condense things a little bit and make the video a bit more palatable. I wanted to leave the footage completely uncut so that you could see there was nothing shady going on. I don't actually expect you guys to sit through the entire video because, well, it's kind of boring with me doing the same damn thing 35 times in a row, but if you do, well then kudos to you. I had a lot of fun doing this and it was a nice change of pace for me, so I hope you guys enjoy watching the challenge, and I hope it motivates you all to kick things up a notch or two in your own training. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers it though. Please be sure to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave me some love in the comments down below. And if you decide to give the challenge a shot, let me know how it goes for you. I want to see somebody beat my time so that I have some motivation to try it again. Anyway, keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.
1 minute. That's 240 pounds, 1.5 times body weight, 1 mile total in under 35 minutes. First time I've ever tried that. Not too shabby. Let's see someone beat it.